gonna save some of this pizza, or most of this pizza, for our next plan. We have a Saturday night tournament to hold relatively shortly. Yeah, it's not an in-person tournament. It's gonna be over Discord and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, but I still like to be at the shop anyway. It's nice to be there. And that's where we'll leave off this episode. I'll see you guys at the shop next time. Well, it's actually been a few days since the last video, so I hope you guys have had a great last few days. Oh, that feels so weird saying. Usually it's like, I hope you had a good week or whatever, but no, it's a few days. We're in a special place right now. The community is currently having their Saturday night locals over Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. I think that round 1 just started. Besides going back here and there, recording footage, whatnot, we're actually going to have this week's conversation right now for the most part. This video's topic, I went on a different approach. Usually I have a list of ideas of things I want to talk about. I'll pick one that seems relevant, if one is relevant, otherwise I'll pick one. I'll write the script, I'll think of the examples, and I'll just go from there and do it. However, I do want to take the time to acknowledge that a community in Bevel does exist. They provide the fuel so that this actually stays alive and is something that can actually happen. So I thought it would be fun if I asked the community to vote on a topic that they wanted to see a video on about. That's terrible English. Oh, goodness me. Ruggles got the winning vote on his topic, so shout out to him. And it's a good topic. It was something I was going to discuss down the road, but we're discussing it today, right now. So at some point in some video, you should mention how you associate record text to singles and orders. It's super important, and if anyone intends on opening a card shop, they should be aware of that eventual headache. Yeah. For any of you that are business owners, or have worked with business owners, or have seen the books behind business owners, you'll know that taxes just suck. They are no fun. They're money out of your pocket. It's awful. It's terrible. If one day you want to open, a card store or a gaming store, you're probably going to have to file for taxes. And you're going to lose some money because of that. But nothing you can do about it. It's the government. Gotta live with it. I don't know if you noticed, but got sugar here. Because, we like to talk about things that are sweet, things that are nice. Taxes are not. They are not sweet. They are not nice. The coffee whitener can go too. They're not nice. Fortunately, I still have that pizza from that last video. Because while it's been a few days for all you viewers, it's been, I don't know, a couple hours? So at least I have pizza while I'm talking about this dreadful topic. I think I'm actually going to record some footage of these matches. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
What is recording?
Have you ever drawn a 3 of in your opening hand of 5 cards?
All the time.
Oh, no.
My hand is pretty cool. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, Brandon, Andrew, you're gonna have a fun time this one.
How dare you? How dare you ash my card?
It's competitive.
You did do it.
Oh my god, I drew another Desires. I literally only played 2 Desires and I drew it anyway. This game is great, I swear.
I sent you something on Facebook, Mario.
I see that. Let's see. Oh. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now I get to see full power plunders.
As a disclaimer, I'm going to be using a lot of Canadian examples because I live in Canada, Ontario, Canada, and where I'm from in Ontario, Canada, everyone here has to follow the same tax rules, so those are the ones I'll use for this video. But keep in mind that, you know, places like the United States, Quebec, they have different rules. They follow the same formula, which is why this video is going to be informational and helpful, because it's the same formula, the same stuff, it's just different numbers. Most of Canada has an HST, a harmonized sales tax. It consists of 5% GST and 8% PST. I think that's the order. What that means is when you buy something from a distributor here, they're going to charge you 13% on what you spend. And when you sell something, you should also be claiming 13% on that as well. In Canada, with this HST, you either owe money, which is the case 99% of the time, or you get money back. How you determine this is you take your total sales, the HST of all your sales, and you take the HST of all your purchases and you subtract them. If you have more sales than purchases in the value of HST, which you probably will, you owe the difference to the government. If it's the other way around, which is very rare, they owe you some money. You can file it once a year, you can file it quarterly, you can file it monthly, you know, whatever you want. Most people, I think, that I know, at least do it once a year. I know one company that does it monthly, just so it's not a very big tax bill at the end of the year. It feels better to break it up month by month by month. But most of the time, we just do it by the year, do it once, get it over with. When you're charging something, that's like more than $1, you definitely do want to charge the appropriate tax on that, depending on, you know, what tax is in your area. $1 or more is generally the rule. You know, I can sell a bag of chips like this for $1. I can charge a water bottle like this for 75 cents. Don't need to charge tax, nobody cares. You know, whatever. I can also just go through lots of bulk. Like, you know, sell a lot of like 25 cent or less cards, 50 cent cards. Don't have to charge tax on those either, and I don't know, whatever. It's all crap anyway, who cares? Don't need to charge tax on the stuff that's worthless, basically. If you're going to go ahead and charge tax on items, I'm going to give you a method that I really like, that I've seen multiple businesses actually do. What you do is you bake the tax into the price and make it a nice number. You can sell a booster box for $100, somebody can do that. But then when they're doing their books after, at the end of the day, or whenever they do the books, they just take the 13% off that. You know, whatever the number is, times 13% is what you keep, and that extra tax amount, that tax, that goes in the pool that you eventually probably owe the government. I'm personally a fan of it because, you know, if you tell someone you're charging them $100 for a box, at least they know, okay, well, I don't have to add the taxes on that, you know, not $113, not $100, nice number, big easy, nobody cares. And you walk away, you get $100, you keep most of it, and the person walks with the box, none the wiser, that's it.
Alright, you should probably clarify that Andrew is playing Thunder and not Ryan.
Yeah.
You know what? Brandon, while they're playing, play me again.
You gotta
I'll tell you one, I don't care.
Well, you got 7 minutes, so you better make it count.
Yeah, that's fine. That's enough time.
It's just enough time for me to UG opening hand.
Hurry up and host.
Oh, he's not even gonna host. He's challenging me, but he won't even host.
Now, specific to Canada, other states might have something similar. You'll need to look this up for yourself if you're not in Canada. But most of Canada does follow the $30,000 rule. I don't really feel like memorizing what I'm about to read to you, so I'm just going to read it off the Canada government website. If you exceed the $30,000 threshold over the previous 4 or fewer consecutive quarters, but not in a single quarter, you are no longer a small supplier at the end of the month following the quarter in which you exceed $30,000. You have to register for the GST/HST. Your effective date of registration is no later than the beginning of the month after you are no longer a supplier. you have to start charging GST, HST on your taxable supplies starting on your effective date of registration. So that's for anyone, any business that brings in $30,000 or more over 1 to 4 quarters consecutively. Now you might be asking, well, what happens if you make less than $30,000 a year? Well, let me tell you. If you do not exceed the 30,000 threshold over 4 consecutive calendar quarters, then you are a small supplier. You do not have to register. You may choose to register voluntarily if you make taxable sales, leases, or other supplies in Canada. Like anyone will actually volunteer to do taxes. So to summarize, if from January to December you make $29,999, you don't have to file HST in Canada, or most of Canada. Isn't that neat? But as soon as you make that $30,000, that dollar over, you have to start filing, which means you have to start charging taxes. That's what that means. And one more time, just to write it home, for anyone that's not in Ontario, Canada, double check your own government website because they'll have their specific limitations and requirements, and you'll want to make sure that you know what they are so you know how you can charge tax, how you cannot charge tax.
I love how we've been talking for like the past 5 minutes and he didn't do anything. He literally did nothing.
He summoned Helio.
Yeah, but he summoned it as soon as I was saying he wasn't doing anything. So by the way, Brandon, that's why you don't blind Cosmo.
No, I don't think that's true. Well, he would still chain it though.
Yeah, but then you still banish it so he doesn't use it next turn.
Yeah, but his graveyard doesn't matter. He's not gonna be able to use it next turn.
What?
He plays Pyro Phoenix. He's gonna OTK me, dude.
Well, no, no.
I was gonna say, good luck with that, I guess. Like,
But no, that is what I'm gonna do though.
you're gonna Pyro Phoenix him anyway.
Yeah.
Just a couple more quick things before we wrap up, things that are important to note in case you do not know these. Number 1. I mentioned before that, when you buy something from a company, a distributor, they charge you tax because they have to, because they're a business. But if I, buy a box of cards here from Joe for $50, I can't claim tax on that because Joe is just a person. He might live under a bridge or in the basement somewhere, but he's not a business, so you can't actually claim taxes on that. You do that to help you. Just one more quick thing. Do get in the habit of tracking everything you sell if you're going to go down this route, because you never know. You never know. You may exceed that $30,000 before you know it, and you have to start taking taxes off of what you sell. And the best way to do that is by having a log of everything you've done, and then you can just go from there. And if you're charging the taxes right away, then record those, because that's official government stuff. You're going to have to file those. Always assume you're going to get audited, because if you try to cheat the system, yeah, you might not get caught, but if you get caught, oh god, you don't want to go there. It's just best to file everything properly, do your taxes, and just do it properly, and record every sale you make. It's better that way than the alternative, getting into messes that you don't really want to clean up. That's really it on the topic of taxes. There is a little more of an advanced side to this that we might talk about one day on this channel, but that's it. That's simple taxes. Honestly, I wish that when I learned taxes, I wish it was taught to me that simple, because you learn all this nonsense that's never going to be relevant to you. If you are going into the business of this, any business, and taxes are a concern, you're not sure what you should do, how you should do it, actually consult an accountant or a professional in the matter. It's nice that you're listening to me on YouTube, but I'm a guy in a Mario shirt that throws food and throws things and eating pizza. I'm not exactly a licensed accountant advisor that you know of that you might want to listen to. Do your own research and do consult with someone if you do have any questions. That's all I want to say. It's always good to cover your bases.
You gonna activate Dweller? You gonna do it? You gonna do it?
I don't know.
You gonna do it?
I mean, if he doesn't do it, he loses anyway. So, he has to.
I almost didn't want to do it just because Gannon suggested I probably should.
If you didn't do it, he was just gonna summon Golden Lord and then attack over. Now watch him as he summons Golden Lord anyway.
Wouldn't that be neat?
You're neat.
Thanks, man.
No problem, dude.
Right.
Just me-
So I guess I'm getting the buy then. Sick.
You can think about how you'll beat Pyro Phoenix. It'll be good for you.
Come to the conclusion.
I already know I can beat Pyro Phoenix. I just have to make it like build a good deck.
Oh, so good deck is needed against the
Pyro,
Pyro
Phoenix, not Pyro Phoenix. That's how unbelievable it is.
It's so nice to be back at locals. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Pyro Phoenix best deck.
Wow. Okay. Let me go ahead and get my phone out.
Oh, I thought you had to like record it.
I gotta take a picture of this.
Oh no. No. Although at the end of the video, I have to be like, I have to announce who the winner was. So I really hope that something happens. I'm sitting. Today was a very long day. Today in Ontario, we were allowed to reopen any curbside businesses, anything with a front entrance. While it doesn't apply to the card shop, that still means that outside of the card shop, my life was potentially very busy today. So, a little long day. So the tournament. There were 5 people, so it was just a 5-round round robin thing. And the winner was Brandon with his Salmon Great Pyro Phoenix Turbo. Yeah. I can imagine him going right now like, yep, and that's it. So, congrats, good job. Now, I just wanted to close the video out on a positive, happy note. You know, we were just talking about taxes, which nobody likes. So, something nice. I don't normally associate myself with the feels. I'm a little bit nostalgic, but it's not normally what I do. But something happened yesterday, being Sunday, that I just wanted to share, because I think it's important. So about 10 years ago now, when I wanted to start to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, I had a friend named John. And we'd go hang out at the library every day after school for an hour or two, and, you know, we'd build decks, and we'd play test, and test out combos, and just have, you know, good time between friends playing cards and socializing. Well, it's been years since I've actually last spoken to him, but a couple weeks ago he reached out through the email for the card shop here, just congratulating me, and before you knew it, we actually had a Discord call yesterday, and we just hung out for 3 hours, played some games, chatted. Honestly, it was great. Now, I bring this up because I don't even know how to word this. This is why I don't do the feels. While I don't play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, if it wasn't for the friendship that the two of us shared back then, I wouldn't have played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. You know, we influenced each other to take our game to the next level and just kind of rolled from there. You know, we both attended our first regional, and we both got our invites at our first regional. This was Tengu Plant format. We both went, we both came in top 16, first regionals, which is pretty impressive. I remember working hard, trying everything, perfecting the deck. That was when I originally discovered 40 cards was the only way to go. A single card more, nope, that's it, nope. 40 cards is the way to go. But yeah, if it wasn't for him, my competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Career wouldn't have happened, and this whole thing probably wouldn't have happened either. So, fun fact about that, if you want to thank anyone down to the root level it would be John. I know he's going to watch this video at some point, so I just want to say, thank you for being there 10 years ago. We had a great time, and thank you for being here now. It means a lot to me, and I can't wait to have more conversation with you in the future. Well, now that all the sappy nostalgia is out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and close out this week's video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget that with taxes or anything else, do definitely seek someone licensed if you have any further questions. If you do plan on pursuing this yourself, because everything's different everywhere. And like I said, I'm just a random guy here. Nothing special about me. Not licensed, nothing special. Just get in touch with someone licensed and someone professional if you need to. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe and stay healthy.